Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football. I hope all of you are doing well today as we get into more of the latest. It's all beginning to kick off now, isn't it? And as we approach deadline day, which we will be giving coverage for, so make sure you guys are here for that. We've got loads to go over. Loads to go over, and I feel like more clarity. I can sense the frustration in the comments and across the, well, not just us, I think many fans, just like, oh, what's happening? Bit by bit, towards deadline day, we're going to understand the full picture. So, without further ado, let's get into the latest. Starting off with the player that we've been linked with for ages, and then we're going to jump on to the player that we've been linked with since like 5 minutes ago. So, here's the latest for Javi Simons from Bayern in Germany. Tottenham have inquired about Javi Simons. In the previous talks between Chelsea and Leipzig, Chelsea have repeatedly made it clear that a Javi purchase is only possible if one of their players is charged in return. What does that mean? It means pay the damn money for Nkunku, which Leipzig just don't want to do. They just don't want to do. Now, the thing is, we don't necessarily need to sell to Leipzig. We can sell to Villa. We can sell to whoever, who's interested in Nkunku. But we're hearing nothing. It's like no one wants to pay. He doesn't even cost like 70 million. He costs like 35 mil. I don't get it. But that is what's holding things up. And similarly with Jackson, which we've got news on and we're going to get clarity on this later on in the video. Make sure you stay till the end. Then once that's done, things become smoother. But Leipzig want Nkunku. They just don't want him hard enough. Because if they did, they would pay. And like I've said, they would still get a better deal overall because they're selling Javi Simons for close to 60 million. I don't understand. I don't know. These clubs, honestly, it seems like we've hit a point now in football. Now it's starting to become clear that England and its wealth compared to everyone else, the disparity is huge. Like now, we are so far gone past all the other countries in terms of money that the league has, that they're not even close to our level. They're not even close to the level below us. That's just the way it is. So that's the latest coming out of Germany, but out of Bayern. Tottenham apparently have inquired. I don't really buy that. I don't think Tottenham will get Simons. I don't think they will. So let's wait and see. Because at the end of the day, look, this whole thing is being held up because of a player that Leipzig want. Now, what if Tottenham just walk in and go, okay, well, here's 60 million. Are Leipzig going to sell? Because if that's the case, well, you know, we could just sell, but we just need someone to get Nkunku. So, I don't know. Let's wait and see. Now, the player that we've been linked with for the last 5 minutes, I say 5 minutes, obviously I'm joking, it's 24 hours. Fermin Lopez. Well, his latest out of Spain. So, Spanish journalist Miguel Rico says Barcelona is aware that the Chelsea FC, will make a formal offer. Chelsea has confirmed that coach Enzo Maresca has spoken a couple of times with Fermin Lopez. On top of this, we have Justin, this is from Spain as well. Barcelona journalist Rashad Rahman, Fermin is seriously evaluating Chelsea's interest. On top of this, we've got CFCPYS on his other account saying Chelsea have made a formal pitch to Fermin Lopez. Now we're prepared to move forward and act if given encouragement by the player. Chelsea are tired of the lack of movement in Xavi negotiations and hope that this tactic will bring movement in the deal. If not, they could move to Fermin. Xavi is still the priority. We also had Simon Phillips quote this and says, yep, pretty much heard the same this morning. So what I asked yesterday with you guys saying, is Fermin Lopez a legit target? Or is he really just someone that we're making it seem like we're interested in, or maybe we are interested in, but someone we're making it seem like we're going to move for, when in reality, we're just trying to force RB Leipzig to accept what we want? Maybe. Well, according to these guys, it seems like that is Chelsea's case. But that doesn't discount that Chelsea are interested in Fermin Lopez. We might very well be interested in Fermin Lopez and putting all the groundwork in place just in case something were to happen with Javi Simons. at the same time using the occasion to push Leipzig to go, you know what, we might not get any money here, so let's just let's negotiate. Maybe it's Chelsea trying to force them and also protect themselves at the same time with a backup plan just in case. We'll see. But more on Fermin Lopez's side over in Barcelona. Sources close to Fermin indicate he is seriously considering Chelsea. He needs to decide soon. Again, this is all from Spain. And we're going to talk about Nicolas Jackson imminently. So hold that thought. But all the news from Fermin Lopez today has come from Spain. Not come from our end. These are Barcelona people. Barcelona journalists, Spanish journalists, all saying, yeah, Fermin Lopez is seriously considering. He seriously is. So much so, let me see if I can, Now, I'm going to show you this, and let me explain. Yeah, let me explain. So, Cope in Spain have said Barcelona have been unable to get in touch with Fermin Lopez since Tuesday, as the midfielder is seriously tempted by Chelsea's proposal. Much like I've said there, man's not responding to calls, left Barca on red, won't be seen again. Now, that's a joke, right? Because I have to say, I will have to be honest and clear with you guys. This is not true. Fermin Lopez trained this morning. So I don't know what the hell these guys are talking about. He trained with Barca this morning. What do you mean he's not been seen since Tuesday? Get out of here, man. I'm talking about Tuesday. Today's Wednesday. That's yesterday. This morning he trained. So I have to show you this just to let you guys know. Now, this is completely false. Completely false. So just thought I would show you with a little bit of banter. Yeah, a little bit of banter. We all like a bit of banter. So that's the latest on Fermin Lopez. So we'll wait and see what's going to transpire on that end. But let's move to Nicolas Jackson. Let me know your thoughts on Fermin Lopez, by the way, in the comment section below. And by the way, I've seen your comments and I want to delve in a little deeper. There's a lot of you that prefer Fermin Lopez to Javi Simons. I told you yesterday I prefer Javi Simons to Fermin Lopez, but I like Fermin Lopez. I think he'd be a great player to actually have in the team. I would take him. But if you're giving me the two, now I would prefer Javi Simons just for the technicality. But there's a lot of you. I was surprised. I thought it'd be like 90, 80%. It looks close to like 60, 40, where you prefer Javi Simons, but there's a big bulk of you that seem to prefer Fermin Lopez. Let me know. I want to ask you the question again, so then you guys are all in the comments really giving me the conception, like the consensus. Do you prefer Simons or Lopez? If you had to pick one, who are you picking? I want to know. Let me know down below. I'm also going to put a poll on X. Make sure you go and check out the page, link in the description. Follow me on my personals as well. I'm very active there. So go to my Twitter, my X, and you'll see I'm going to put a poll. Javi Simons or Fermin Lopez? Cast your vote. I want to see what you lot are saying. So that's that. Now, Nicolas Jackson. Let's get into the latest. Are things finally moving? Yeah, could be. Here's the latest. Bayern are in club-to-club talks with Chelsea today once again for Nicolas Jackson. Chelsea's stance has to be an obligation. Now, he goes on to say, FC Bayern are again today in direct club-to-club talks with Chelsea for Nico Jackson. Discussions about formula of the deal, as Chelsea has one international loan spot left and it has to include obligation to buy. Nothing done so far, player or club side, but Bayern keep insisting. There's more on this. We go into other journalists, Ben Jacobs saying Chelsea are prepared to sanction a loan with an obligation for Nico Jackson if a permanent transfer can't be agreed. Clubs currently told a £10 million loan fee is required. Bayern remain in talks. We also have Kieran Gill. Chelsea now open to Nicolas Jackson leaving on a loan this week if a permanent sale is not forthcoming, but Chelsea insist it must include an obligation to buy. That and more detailed in confidential earlier today. And there's also more news on Tyreek George, which we're going to get into. But Nicolas Jackson, it's clear now. Yeah, it's clear. And this is where it's starting to look likely that we're not going to get big money for him now. We're going to get big money for him later, next year. So what does that mean overall? Because if we ain't got the money right now to come in, well, what does that mean for Nkunku? What does that mean for Simons? What does that mean for Lopez? What does that mean? You know, because we were all expecting, okay, look, we'll sell Nkunku, sell Jackson, Bob's your uncle, fantastic. Now, it's not to discount that the money will come in. 10 million loan fee has to be done. Has to be done. And the obligation needs to be 60. Minimum. You know? So then overall, we do end up with our 70, 75, and that's something that I think we would all be happy with. But it would mean that it comes later, not now. So we'll see what happens there. But Nicholas Jackson, is he finally going to be heading out the club? Is he finally leaving? Is he heading off to Bayern Munich? Is that the place where he's going to play next? Wait and see. I just want to say, Newcastle, you guys got to act quick now. Yeah? You ain't got time. You ain't got time. I would rather you lot stepped in and buy the player now. Just saying. But, because look, my ideal situation that I think would solve everything is if we were to sell Nico Jackson, I think we could deal with Leipzig and go, you know what? We'll do a loan for Nkunku, but with an obligation. And then at least the 30, 35 million comes later, not 70 or something big. We could get the big money now in order to facilitate someone like Simons, even Garnacho, whether it's Lopez, whatever the hell's happening. But we have more now. That's what I would rather, and I think Leipzig would like that. I'm just saying, Newcastle, Villa, all of you guys got to hurry up, man, because Bayern Munich look like they're about to get this done. Just saying. So you don't want to leave yourselves in a situation, especially Newcastle. You know, Isak leaves, you ain't got a striker. Just saying, Nico Jackson's not available, then you will have no options. You're going to have to go and sign Peter from the pub at that point. Or, you know, Bob from the construction site. Or, I don't know, Dave, the plumber. And, you know, or maybe Steve, the electrician. I don't know, someone. Because you're not going to have an option. You know, maybe you go and get Andy Carroll back. He's playing, where is he playing at the moment? League 2 or something. I mean, you can go play, yeah, Andy Carroll. Like, just saying, Newcastle, you got to act. Anyway, let's see what happens. Tyreek George, let me know your thoughts on that, by the way. Tyreek George, we got news, like I did show you. Here it is. A source explained that bids of £25 million for George, plus a significant sell-on clause, should be enough to sanction a departure. This is very interesting indeed, because it's like I've told you guys, I don't like the fact that we might sell the player. Chelsea are going to put a significant sell-on clause, which is probably, it's being rumoured about 30%. I think with Chukwuemeka, we got the same thing done, 30%. Who was it that we got 40 for? The Ugochukwu or something mad? We're getting sell-on clauses that are inexplicable. 40%, 30%. These are crazy sell-on clauses that clubs are accepting. I don't get it, but that's fantastic for us, right? So, Tyreek George, 25 mil, but he leaves on a permanent. I would try to put a buyback. At the minimum, I would try to put a buyback, because you never know. You just never know. Hang on, can we do a buyback with a sell-on clause? So then, you know, if we do get a buyback, but the sell-on clause is applied, we can get a discount on ourselves. I would do that. I would do that. If that's possible, I would do that, man. Get a buyback in just in case, because you never know. You never know. I've just got this feeling Tyreek George will be a winger. A winger. Proper. I don't feel too good about him leaving, I'll be honest. On a loan, fantastic. Permanent, get a buyback in there, just in case. Just in case. Let's wait and see. But what do you think on Tyreek George? Let me know down below. Much appreciated. Now, I want to show you something. We've been screaming about something like this, and not this for what I'm about to show you, but overall, just to show that it's clear. It's clear that the last 3 years at the football club, we've been shouting from the rooftops about mentality, about trying to win trophies, about really, really setting a standard and a level, right? And I feel that compared to how things were being done before, from the back end of last season all the way up until now, we can see a drastic improvement, and we can see things on the rise, right? which is great because you've got to start somewhere. And if things are heading in the right direction, fantastic, right? Which they clearly are. Now, something's been done at Cobham. Something's been done at Cobham. And I think this just adds to the whole point about we've noticed that there's been a mentality shift. We've noticed in the way that the players are acting, the players are talking, the players are playing, the manager even, the way that he's talking, the triumph of the Club World Cup against PSG, the way that we're moving, like overall. This is a cherry on the cake. Pay attention. This is what Chelsea have done at Cobham. So inside the walls of the gym at the training ground, we've got a massive board on there now with all our trophies listed and a big slogan saying, win the next trophy. That's what it's all about, man. It's what it's all about. And that has always been our DNA. Our DNA has always been, look, okay, we've won a trophy. Fantastic. Great. What's the next one? I'm glad to see this is plastered across the training ground. Because this is the constant reminder, especially in the gym. Especially in the gym, because in the gym, you feel pain. You know, at the training ground, you're playing football, you're having fun. You can feel pain, but you're having fun. And even though you're training, there's drills and all that, but it is fun. The gym is where it turns into a dark place. Yeah, the gym is where things get painful. That's where you need a reminder of the overall picture and the overall goal and the overall aim. And motivation gets thrown in the bin sometimes. You just get pure discipline that kicks in. Well, this is the reminder that you need. All our trophies listed, win the next trophy. It's everything that matters. So respect to the club for putting that up. And it's nice to see. That's what I'm talking about. There's been a shift in the culture. Not the culture in terms of the Chelsea's culture should be this. I'm glad to see it in living colour. I'm glad to see that it's there. You know what I mean? So all up to the players, to the manager, to everyone, the ownership, the directors, everyone to remember this. Always remember this. This is the overall ultimate goal. We cannot let it go. So it's like I've said, it's all about winning trophies. It's all about going for the league title this year. End of story. And we can do it. This is the thing. There's people that look and go, oh no, but the team's still not good enough. It's not. No, the team is good enough. We've proven that. You know, you don't play a team like PSG off the park, or you don't end the season with the shift that we had in the way that we did to show that we do have a mentality now. And then this season, with the added players that we've brought in and the concept that you can see that the club are trying to do, to then go, nah, but we can't win the league. No, we can win the league. We can win the league. And we should believe that we can win the league, and we should go and we should win the league. And you know what I mean? So that's what it's about. Let's go and do it. It starts here. So that's Chelsea at the moment. Fantastic. Let's go and revisit Chelsea's past. Here's Graham Potter. Graham Potter says he was happy with the performance versus Wolves and thought there was good team spirit. I want to pull my eye out. You know what I mean? This guy, man. I don't say that lightly. This guy. He's turned into this guy. He is a this guy. He is a this guy. Wow. Basically, West Ham played Wolves at the Molineux in the League Cup second round last night. And West Ham lost 3-2. Horrific, shambolic performance. And then Graham Potter after the game said he was happy with the performance and that thought there was a good team spirit. West Ham, good luck. All of your fans, good luck. We know how you feel. We know how you feel. It's not great, and it will only end once he departs. And to be fair, West Ham have got bigger problems because it doesn't even look like they've got a budget. So, yeah, good luck, lads. But Graham Potter, never change. Never change. He's going to get his nice payout, and then he's going to be in Saint-Tropez, just retired, basically, waiting for the checks to come in because his contract's getting paid out. And then he's going to wait for his next job. And he might go, I don't know, to Mill. No, he can't go to Mill. Mill will probably finish him off. But you get the gist. Graham Potter, what an absolute mess. Let me know your thoughts. I'm so glad we've moved on. Let me know your thoughts down below. Much appreciated. I will catch all of you later on tonight for video number 2. I'll see all of you then. Subscribe, notification bell on. Catch you later. In a bit, people. Look after yourselves. Take care and peace.